Hello, today I would like to discuss social justice in counseling. In Micah 6:8, God tells us, He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. To understand the area of social justice, definitions are vital. There are four key terms: cultural humility, cultural awareness, advocacy, and social justice. Cultural humility, according to the text, bottom of page 207, continued to 208, is defined by the scriptures meaning of humility. For it restates Philippians 2:3 through 4. This passage states, Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interest of others. If you continue reading this chapter, it says, In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who being in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant. Being made in human likeness and being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to death, even death on the cross. Cultural awareness is one of the competencies in counseling training. This is developing attitude of belief orientation that values the critical role of cultural issues in the lives of counselors and clients, as well as into counseling relationships with clients, according to the Journal of Counseling and Development. This begins internally within the counselor's awareness of their own values, beliefs, and biases. In this same article, it states that awareness increases knowledge of clients' worldview to better understand the roles of culture and clients' perception of experiences and concerns, allowing the counselor to act. For example, addressing cultural differences, reflecting how culture issues influence concerns, or collaborating with client to implement treatment that is multicultural, competent, and social justice focused. Advocacy, according to person-centered and experiential psychotherapies, is promotion of the well-being of individuals, groups, and the counseling profession within systems and organizations seeking to remove barriers and obstacles that inhibit access, growth, and development. Social justice and advocacy are fed from one another. According to the Journal of Counselor Leadership and Advocacy, social justice is the fifth force of counseling, identifying gaps, building, and addressing cultural and social limitations. Social justice in counseling resulted in advocacy for race, sexual orientation, immigrants, and other cultural groups. This aligns with the ethical standards set forth for counselors. These guidelines lay out professional and ethical rules as counselors to the professional integrity and responsibility of clients. The APA in 2017 named the categories as beneficence and non-malfeasance, fidelity and responsibility, integrity, justice, and respect for people's rights and dignity. This means counselors respect the right for clients to choose, have an obligation to avoid harming client, that clients have the right to be treated equally, remaining faithful to client commitments, being truthful, accurate, and consistent. As a counselor, we are advocates for our clients, ensuring they have the tools available to prevent harm, promoting healing. Being involved in the promotion of accessibility of proper resources by getting involved in advocate groups, by connecting your client with such groups, enhances the counselor-client relationship. This also means abiding by the ethical standards set by the APA, moral statutes set forth by God, respecting client cultural influences, and maintaining cultural self-awareness. When situations arise, following the model set forth in the text for ethical decision-making, of identifying and defining the problem, involvement of client in decision-making process, reviewing relevant codes of ethics and professional literature, consideration of principles and virtues, understanding of our own feelings, consultation with colleagues or experts, inclusion of context, production of desired outcomes, involvement of possible actions to achieve outcomes, and choosing to act on choice. Thank you.